Good Saturday evening. Well, it is here in England. It's about 9:15 in the evening. This week I'm going to give you two stories. One is quite short, and the other is probably of the normal length. The first one's called The Fear and Love of Silence. I was afraid of silence once. I was a kid, and as a kid, I wanted noise around me. The noise of family life, but often it was silent. I was alone. I was 26 and married, never alone. I wanted silence. I got to know her, and the more time we spent, the more I loved her. I then recognized her as the one who I knew as a child, and I wondered, why was I ever afraid? Silence was there with me, yet then it showed my fears. Now it shows my love. The second story is from yesterday, and it's entitled, When You Feel Tense, When You Should Feel Good, It's Time to Rest. I'd finished for the day, yet as I drove home I felt tense. I'd kept reading email after email and attempted to reply to them all. I felt good just before lunch as I completed a lengthy task that had been on my mind for a while. You know those things that never take as much time as they do in your mind? So I was surprised that I was feeling tense. I was thinking, it's Friday, you've got so much done today, you cleared a lot of stuff, and yet you're feeling tense. You do have these conversations with yourselves as well, I hope. I stopped off at Marks and Spencer's cafe, and as I supped my cappuccino, my mind was still trying to work out the feeling. I was just thinking how much people ask for things one after the other. I was noting my resistance to requests on matters that I am no longer involved. I wondered, why the resistance if it helped someone? My mind began to think of my teacher, Yeshua, and how tired he got. In chapter 6 of the book of Mark, at verse 31, I came upon this passage. Then, because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest. It's taken from the New International Version. As it turned out, people still followed him, and such was his compassion that he kept giving of himself. Nevertheless, I'm pausing with this verse. There is a time needed to eat, sleep, and rest. If we don't get them, we are not looking after our own needs. I often say to people, if you don't look after yourself and you fall ill, nothing else will happen. My point is, we only give well when we feel refreshed, rested, and motivated. And if we're not functioning, we are good for nothing. I sense the words of this verse are telling me it's time to take a rest. The tension is communicating that, but it's easier to hear it in this story. So, there are some thoughts for you for tonight, Saturday. Have a good rest of the weekend as I try to turn myself off.